Hello everyone, it's Empress Little Frost, and today I'm at the park and admiring nature because I just love nature and all the birds like the pelicans and the boats, and it's just really nice. So today I'd like to address a few things that have been bothering me. Lately I've been getting a lot of requests for nudes, and whether that be pictures or like Snapchat things that are asking for some type of pornographic content, and for videos on like Skype of me naked and full body shots. Listen, I don't like it. I don't respect you when you ask me for it, and you're not gonna get it. I don't care how hot you are or what you look like, or what you did or whatever, or what your exes like did for you, or your mother did on the street, or what your sister did, or your aunts or cousins or whatever. It doesn't matter to me, because guess what, at the end of the day, I am my own person, and I have the right to turn you down if I feel that the things you are asking for are wrong. I don't have to be your friend. I don't have to be your girlfriend. I don't have to be your lover, your buddy, or whatever. Okay? So this is me politely asking you to please, please, please stop asking me. I've been asked just about by almost every guy under the sun, except for like a few decent guys, and I'm revolted. And let me just say this right now. How would you feel if it was your daughter being asked these questions? Okay, imagine you had like a 5-year-old daughter, or even like a grown woman as your daughter. How would you feel if some guy was like, "Yeah, can you send me nude pictures?" I mean, would you be okay with that? What if it was your mother or your sister? It's wrong. Absolutely wrong. You don't ask for those things. And the pathetic thing about it is some of you guys that are asking live 5 minutes away. Like, seriously? We live 5 minutes away and you're asking me for pictures? I mean, like, maybe I would have agreed to show my face, but then even then it's like, why can't you just get in your car and drive here and see me face to face? And then when I realized that they wanted like nudes, I was like, hell no, get out of here. I don't want to talk to you. Like, and then they're like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know." Like, no, you knew better. You know better. And if your parents are not teaching you this, then your parents better get on it. Parents, you too, you need to tell your kids that this is wrong. Because this is the reason why we have like so many people having babies out of wedlock. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, like, to keep your child, but I'm saying what is wrong is that you guys are knocking these girls up. They're having babies out of wedlock, and then they can't take care of their kids, and the fathers are like busy banging like 12 other girls on the side, and guilt tripping girls into doing things like this. I mean, and then what happens? Like, what happens? You have all these babies out of wedlock, and they need a father, they need a mother, they need people there for them, and they're not. And those kids are gonna grow up with like a life that isn't good. Like, those kids need parents there for them. And I get it, sometimes the dad is a dick and he's an asshole and he shouldn't be there, but that's part of growing up, people. Okay, it's okay to be a kid when you're a kid, but when you're an adult, you need to grow up. You gotta do adult things like, get laid and ask girls for pictures and get girls pregnant. Then you need to put on your big boy pants and grow the fuck up. And that's the same thing for you too, girls. Close your legs. You need to realize who's a good guy and who isn't a good guy, okay? If the guy is sitting there having trying to have sex with you, and he doesn't have a job, a car, or a steady income, or whatever, then leave. Leave. But why? Because guess what? You can die in childbirth. You can die, and then who's going to take care of that kid? Oh, we'll just shove him in an orphanage, or mommy, daddy will take care of him. I don't know about your parents, but my mom and dad would never be caught dead. Okay? They would never, ever, ever do that. So don't sit there and be like, "Oh, well, somebody else will take care of it." That's like dumping a baby on someone like as if they're trash. And they're not trash. They're human beings. And you're influencing our world to be a negative outcome. If you don't like, well, you didn't like Hillary, you didn't like Trump, you don't like our politicians, well, guess what? Your children are future politicians. They're the future of America or England or wherever it is you live nowadays, okay? And so you have to take responsibility. You as the adult have to take responsibility in shaping the future of that child, because someday that kid is going to be somebody that's important. We all are important. And so that's why we need to take things seriously. And as far as it goes with this new thing that I brought up, I'm making this video because frankly I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I've been blocking people. My block list is so long. There's more people on my block list than there is stones on this wall. Okay? From all the guys that have asked me for sex or for nudes or whatever. I mean, whatever happened to the like wine and dine thing that they used to do? Like, oh yeah, like you take a girl 3 nice dates and then like, you know, like then you try to get laid. Like, what? Like, you guys just gonna jump right in the sack? I mean, there's this one guy, he took me out for tacos. Okay, let me give you a news flasher. You can go to Taco Bell and get one for $1. They're very cheap. I don't even think you have to spend full 89 cents on one to get one nowadays, okay? This guy took me out for tacos, and he seemed to think that he could cop a feel. No, buddy. I don't think so. You know what I did? What I did was I pretended to get sick and said I needed to go home. You are a cheap-ass, broke-ass bastard, okay? I hate to be rude. Excuse my French. But seriously? You think that you could just, like, win me over by buying me some tacos that you spent, like, what, $14 at a restaurant for? Which, to be honest, like, that's ridiculous if you ask me. I would have rather have, like, gone to Taco Bell and gotten some cheap-ass tacos. But if I'm on a date, which I think that guy seemed to think it was, yeah, like, if you're trying to wine and dine me, you sure as hell ain't gonna wine and dine me with fucking tacos, okay? Not, sorry. And even so, like, just because you take me on a date doesn't mean you're gonna get laid, okay? That does not equal that. And if you're like, well, oh, I want sex, okay, well then, you know, like, use your hand. I mean, like, use your hand. Or maybe go to, like, Orange Blossom Trail and pick up a girl there. Because I'm not your hooker. I'm not your whore. And I'm not your spank bank. Okay? There are girls out there like that. Sure, they probably have a ton of STDs. But, hey, you're getting what you want. You know? Like, you are not bred. God did not make you to just stick your dick in every hole there is. He made you to have a good life where you make strong friendships and bonds and procreate for him. He made you to procreate. That doesn't mean go and have sex out of wedlock and knock all these girls up and just keep banging them all around. That's how you spread disease, okay? I'm not going to be part of that process. Now, I'm not saying that I'm like against sex or whatever, because you know, we're all driven to exist by something, okay? But I'm saying that you need to do it in the right setting. And if you do get a girl pregnant, then you need to man up and take care of your kid. I don't care if you're like, oh, well, you know, these girls are ratchet. No, you're being ratchet. You're being ratchet. And I know I'm probably going to get a bunch of dislikes because guys feel that, like, oh, well, you know, she's using me. Well, no, you're stretching out her hole, you're ruining her body, and you're making life more difficult for her, because no man's gonna want to be with her after she's banged like 20 guys, which, you know, I think is kind of funny. I think it's hilarious. And you want to know why I think it's hilarious? I think it's hilarious because you all want to stick your thing. Well, a lot of you, not all of you, but a lot of you want to stick your thing in many different holes, okay? By many different girls, in many different ways, and all kinds of things. You all want to be basically what you like to call us girls, a whore, okay? And you think that's appealing? It's not appealing, okay? Us women would prefer, at least me, I prefer a guy who's a virgin or who hasn't slept with that many girls as opposed to a guy that slept with like 50, okay? It's not attractive. It's not attractive at all. Why? Because I look at you and I'm like, okay, he slept with 20 girls. All right, how many of those girls gave him STDs? How am I supposed to know? And then they're like, well, I haven't tested, but I haven't seen anything. What? Grow the fuck up and go to the hospital and get your fucking thing tested. Fucking what's wrong with you? And girls, that's another thing, girls. Guys haven't gone and gotten tested? Oh no. Trash him. Throw him in the ocean. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. Like, dump him. Okay? Don't sleep with him. And figure out these things in the beginning stages. And make sure it's clear that you're not interested in having sex with them right then and right there. But you make it clear that you just want to be, you know, just be like, I want to know. What's up? Because what happens if you date him and then you're with him for a long time and then he tries to pull something, or you get married, okay? Or you just, something happens when you get drunk, okay? You don't know. What takes only one chance, one thing only. And some people are like, well, condoms prevent things. No, condoms do not. I hate to break it to you, but it says it on the label. If you actually put on your damn glasses and started reading, you would know that condoms do not prevent everything. There's people like waving at me from above. Okay. That was funny. But yeah, condoms do not prevent everything. Condoms actually say on the package that you can still get STDs through this. I mean, it doesn't prevent you from getting gonorrhea or chlamydia or whatever it is that people are passing these days. It doesn't prevent you from getting genital or oral herpes or genital warts or whatever. And FYI, you can get warts on your hands, your feet, your face. You can get them pretty much everywhere. And the thing with like crabs, they don't prevent that either, okay? Crabs are actually the same thing as head lice. The only difference is that you get them in your crotch, okay? And that's usually passed because, like, you know, they're hanging onto your hairs and they're sucking onto your, like, skin and sucking blood off of you, and it itches and it's nasty. It's crappy from what I've read. I don't know about, like, the whole ordeal, but, like, if you see people with head lice, avoid, you know, like, tell them, like, tell them that you do not want to get it, and tell them, like, look, I don't want to get this, you know, I want you to treat it. Go to the store and buy a NUDES. So they'd be like, oh, it's $25 or whatever it costs, okay? I don't care. Get your diseases straightened out. You're infecting the public, and you're not being fair. And another thing, wash your fucking hands, okay? There was this guy I met, and he told me that he likes to sometimes not wash his hands after he takes a shit. I'm like, what? And, like, also, I want to point something out here. There are people, like, I know in the certain cultures, like Arab cultures, they like to wipe with their hand. Okay? If you go to, like, the Middle East, they wipe with, I think it's their left hand. Okay? If I'm correct. And I know this because I, you know, knew Arabs. I used to teach people English for free just because I felt bad for them, and a lot of the people that I taught were Arabs. Okay? And they told me that it's in the tradition to wipe with one of their hands because that's cleaner, and like that's what they thought, but it's not clean. Okay? I know that somebody's gonna be like, oh, you know what you're talking about, fuck you, bitch, whatever. Yeah, well, I do. I'm sorry. My mom was a registered nurse, and she told me that that is disgusting and wrong. And the reason why it's wrong is because you feces are bad. You can get conjunctivitis, which is pink eye that is so severe that can make you go blind. You can get bacterial infections. You can get all kinds of problems. And the thing is, it's like, why would you want to risk that? Like, how hard is it? Like, bring some Purell with you if you're really that hard up for soap. Like, you know, Purell, Germ-X, I don't care as long as it's antibacterial, because, like, your crap has bacteria in it. And it's unhealthy and unsanitary. And so, like, a lot of people will wipe their butt and then they won't even wash their hands, or if they do, they wash it with just water. Water does not rid of bacteria. It's soap and water that rid of it. You form a foam and you wash your hands, and then that's it. That's how you solve it, okay? You don't, you know, and then these people will, like, they'll touch the sink and they'll turn it on after they've wiped their ass, and then they'll wash their hands with water, and then they'll close the sink, which is reinfecting the same your hands, because the sink, you just touched that. Cross-contamination, duh. Okay, and then they'll touch the paper towel machine, and then you're infecting that now, and then you touch the bathroom door. You can't trust this shit, people. Use your elbow on the fucking sink and your elbow on the door.